whisperer. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Vershawn Jackson for Brandt Excavating. Brandt's been in business for 29 years, and they specialize in a variety of things. If you're looking for someone to get the job done in precision demolition, excavating, trucking, mass grading, and site prep, Brandt is the place to call. To set up a quote or learn more, call Brandt Excavating at 402-474-4113 or go to BrandtExcavating.com. They're also hiring, so join the team today. Brandt Excavating, a part of the Bauer brand, who reminds you, go big Brandt.
Ready to make this season unforgettable? Celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union's low-rate debt consolidation loan. Combine all those bills into one affordable monthly payment with quick access to funds. Imagine all the extra cash for holiday shopping sprees, festive parties, or that well-deserved vacation. Stop by any of their branches or visit libertyfirstcu.com to find out more about their low-rate debt consolidation loan. Make this holiday season one to remember and celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest, quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealer, invites you to attend our upcoming Parts and Service Expo events. It's the best time to buy parts all year. Take advantage of specials December 6th through the 15th with additional savings the day of your local expo. Find savings on oil and filters, gifts for under the tree, and most pre-ordered John Deere parts. Visit with our trained and certified technicians and sign up for our service specials. Don't miss out. It only comes around once a year at your local Landmark Implement. Visit landmarkimp.com/events for a complete schedule of our expo events and experience the Landmark difference.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through December 5th is spend $75 and get a 2-pound prepackaged pecano roast for free. Limit 3 per visit while supplies last. Also, through the 5th, get 20% off all cheese and crackers. Don't forget their 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, expecting mainly sunny skies, be a little breezy at times with those winds out of the southwest. Otherwise, we'll see a high of around 47. Tonight, we'll see clear skies, but over that low around 24. And tomorrow, mainly sunny skies do return. We'll see an afternoon high around 52. I'm meteorologist Kyle Klecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? This is Old School.
He was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I was talking to him like, right, dang, Austin, you hit me up already. You know, I ain't saying nothing bad about Duke.
No,
but,
that's on me. That's on me. I miscounted.
It's all good.
Math
It's
is
all
hard.
good. It's
Duke
all
or
good.
lose.
Yeah, exactly. Right, Dookie for life. This is Old School, Jay Foreman, DP, Austin on the ones and twos. We are brought to you by the Mercado, Certified Piedmontese, Special Ingredients, at Butcher Shop, 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill. I always say every type of meat and every type of cut. Look, we already passed Thanksgiving, and that's the turkey holiday. But obviously, I'm going to say Christmas is the meat holiday. Make sure you stop into the Mercado and pick up prime rib, couple steaks, tomahawk, all that. They got everything that you want. And we got a loaded show today on a Tuesday on I guess a heated up Tuesday, right? It was 20-something degrees when I came in this morning. It's 52 right now. It's probably 20-something by the time we leave. But with a little bit of daylight, we're going to evaluate all the quarterbacks going into the transfer portal. We're going to evaluate that. We're going to evaluate the coaching carousel. We're going to evaluate that. And then, we'll dip into a little bit of, Nebraska, but there's a lot to talk about because of the way things have went and the magnitude of some of these decisions. And I think, I guess the first and foremost, we'll jump into the coaching carousel because I think that's just it's very interesting to me because a lot of people they're only thinking about Austin and DP, about who's getting hired, right? And there's places that you have to, right? Like David Braun, that was a no-brainer, right? Fits in your budget. He's obviously, cleaned up a lot of dookie that was left there, and he's taking the team to a bowl game. But then you have to also look at who was retained because that's actually hiring the guy that you was possible. If you're retained, there was a possibility you were getting fired, right? So you are hiring a potential new form of said coach at your university. The big one coming out the news today is Chip Kelly. Sometimes your success or your ability to stay at a place is a byproduct of other people taking jobs. It's out there that it's a foregone conclusion potentially that San Diego State is going to move on with and get Colorado's former or offensive coordinator, Sean Lewis. That's great for Nebraska. That doesn't mean that. And then Syracuse has taken Fran Brown, right? DB recruiter extraordinaire from Georgia. That's good for Nebraska. So I think a lot of those things, when you just start right at the top, obviously, Jonathan Smith going to Michigan State in that situation, if I had to grade that, it's an A+. Just because of he fits the Big Ten. His Oregon State plays like a Big Ten team. And he does a very good job of recruiting and developing his coaches. And he's probably has more experience of deviling in a program that's that needs a little bit of a shape up, i.e. Oregon State, Michigan State. So he's right in his wheelhouse, and he has a plan that's very tangible, that it can be sellable to the boosters and stuff. So what do you guys think about Jonathan Smith? I would need to get it right.
I don't know. It is a cycle of familiarity. And I'm a member of the club that says, why are you making the change? And are you trying to get more familiar? Like, I don't know how many coaching positions are ever filled because of familiarity. Like, I don't know any college team whose biggest problem in losing games and not recruiting was familiarity. Like, I don't know any. So when it becomes a thing of, hey, I know this guy, I'm familiar with this guy, that makes me feel better. The people who are making decisions, it makes them feel better. And it makes the fan base feel better because you're like, oh, it's a name I know. It's a face I know. Like, I know some of this stuff.
And the team he came from was good.
But I would ask the question, why are you in the situation you're in where you need a change of coaching staff and of leadership? And are you solving it with the person that you hire?
Well, Michigan State that situation is totally different than on the field. I think the thing with Mel Tucker was a higher up Dead Sea Skulls board member wanting to, save a little money and not save a little money, save a lot of money, and then a off the beat type of personal issue became a reason to fire him. I don't think it had it. I think when you hire this guy, they felt like they had cause to fire him. You can maybe not pay $75 million, you can play 30, and then you hire a coach that's been on the uptick. And so I think his situation is different versus, say, like Syracuse or a Houston or something like that, where I could argue that firing both of those coaches and whoever you hire really isn't going to do anything. Whereas, like, Michigan State has to hire a coach.
If you don't change the people who make the decisions.
Oh, well, that's not going to happen because you're not going to change the president of the university or the athletic director based on hiring a coach.
That's why I don't move in any direction emotionally about a changing coaching. Like, I just don't. Jay, you've been around too many dudes. You've been around too many programs, right? Where you knew.
Well, there's some guys that get hired. You're like, yeah, it's probably not a good fit, right? You see it in the pros. Frank Wright with Tepper is probably not a good fit. You got an owner that doesn't have a lot of football background. Now, granted, he was a
testify.
He was a he's a very smart businessman. But I'll tell you this: like Jerry Richardson was one of the better owners because he actually played football.
Yes,
and he knows football
100%.
Jerry Jones, like him, love him, hate him, understands it. He played football. He understands it. Tepper was a owner in Pittsburgh, right? A wealthy. Look, I'm not taking anything. Look, he's a 1% of 1% or 1%er. He's a billionaire. He does a lot of things right, but running a football team is not like running a business, and so that's where you can run into some problems. And that's where he's running into problems, and he's trying to dip into football stuff, and he doesn't know what he wants, and so. You see that sometimes in college where it might not be a good fit, but then sometimes it is. And, it looks like Michigan State and this guy, when you think about it, and his pedigree is the right fit. And
I mean, he's been in programs where his work was isolated as being better than good.
He never, you go to Oregon State. I mean,
his work isolated, right?
You're definitely lower than the younger brother. You're definitely not getting the scraps. And so, he's obviously been able to recruit.
Mm-hmm.
He's been able to develop, and he's built a program that on an identity that's really good. So for him, it's a really good deal. But Austin, over your right shoulder, I guess before we got a soccer player coming in.
And Hickman.
We got a caller coming in. Matthew.
Hey, what up, fellas? What up, Jay? What up, VP? Appreciate everything you guys do, man. I've got a question, and I don't know how to really phrase it, so I'm going to try my best here. I come from the school of thought of surround yourself with people way smarter than you are, right? Like I'm a youth baseball coach. So what I do is I try to surround these kids with the best minded people that I can find, right? People that have way more knowledge than I do. But as a head coach, it's my job to kind of manage the team, manage the coaches, manage everything. So with that being said, wouldn't it benefit these head coaches to take, I don't know, some are making buco dollars to take 5 million less, 10 million less, and then surround yourself with a great support cast? Or am I just crazy and am I not thinking about it right? Am I thinking too small here? I'll shut up and listen. I appreciate you, boys.
Yeah, I mean, they got big assistant pools. I mean, that's what, and then you divvy it up however you want. I mean, I think if you're in the Big Ten, you got to be on par with whatever other assistant pools are paying. So I mean, they're doing that now. Whether those work out or not, granted, coaching is a hard job because the situation has to be right. Mm-hmm. There's not a great coach out there that didn't have good players, right? Good to great players like to be coached. That's a problem in this day in society. Coaching here is different than Michigan State. Coaching at Michigan State is different than Oregon State. Every place you go, the stakes are even higher or lower. That's going to affect the situation. Some guys that might have been a good assistant somewhere else might not be a good assistant at, whatever place they're going. And, time usually tells. Sometimes time gets cut short and then somebody goes and they're successful somewhere else. Sometimes time is extended a little bit longer. And then sometimes, like Notre Dame had to fire their wide receiver coach. Excellent recruiter, great developer, developed a guy that was a running back, ended up being a 600-yard receiver, gets canned. That has nothing to do with that. I mean, he's making chicken salad out of chicken, and he still gets canned. It just sometimes it rolls downhill, and so it's a copycat league where people are pulling the plug on people a lot earlier. I think the NIL and the big money, that is bringing in is allowing people to fire people earlier, and that's why you keep digging your hole even deeper and deeper. So.
Joe Gibbs used to he said, as simple as I can say it, I'm never going to be the smartest person in the room.
Yeah, I don't
like he. I mean, he had Hannafin and Bugle
these days are trying to do that though.
His list, but I mean, you talk. There is a way,
right? But I don't think it's that. I just think we had a coach that thought he was the smartest dude in the room. That's a schematic dude. Those are guys that think they're the smartest dudes in the room. Bo Pelini thought, I always tell people this, Bo Pelini thought he could go get him and Bob Diaco. They can go to Hy-Vee, get 11 people at the checkout, line up where I tell you, and we're going to play good defense. That's not going to happen. You got to, this is a people-oriented business that.
And anybody that tells you that, listen, I've got $20 million in my budget for coaching this season. I'm going to take 12. I'm going to take 8. Texas A&M figured out, you know what? It didn't benefit anybody by them putting all the money at the head of the table. And so they said, you know what? Whoever gets it now, you got to set aside a number. And they said, this dude came in and said, listen, I'll set aside $11 million for quality of coaches because there is a greater good. Look, I'd rather be in the building and make $7 a year for the next 10 years and get from it what we all want to get from it. And then make sure that I got good people doing the heavy lifting. Listen, we could have put a whole lot of money in the bank. I need to pay Jay Foreman to be Jay Foreman. That's to me.
I mean, that's different though, because he's taking that job under the assumption that you ain't getting paid what the last dude got paid. He got a pay raise from Duke and an opportunity raise. You can't put the opportunity raise. You can't put a price tag on. He took less money than what the other dude did. I wouldn't have done that. If you're paying him $9 million, I'm paying. That's the going rate. I'm not taking a back seat to him.
I would.
Granted,
really? You would have done that? You just said no. You just said
especially because a guy could have went to Michigan State.
So you're Coach Foreman and the fighting Foremans of Duke University.
Yeah.
And then A&M calls you and says, "Hey,
I'm going to pay you less than what I just fired and ran the dude up out of town for."
Look, I paid that dude too much and it messed things up.
That's not my problem.
Okay. All right.
Why would somebody? That's the whole thing I talk about. Why is Scott Frost's problem? This is not my problem. You paid him. I know what you're paying. So actually, I did more with less there. So why are you going to pay me less?
I think it's.
I know you got the money because I saw the check out there. You gave him half the check to leave, and then now you got another $75 million.
Is it easier to coach at A&M? Is it easier to coach at A&M? Is it easier to recruit at A&M? Is it easier to live in Houston, Texas, than it is Duke and Durham?
It used to be.
Look at your boy. See?
It used to be Texas A&M used to be easier. Now I would tell you it's easier to be at Duke.
Okay.
Because you want to know why it'd be easier to be at Duke? Because the academic standards have been lowered. So you can recruit other guys. The pool of players there, and you already have a standard there.
I'm not disagreeing with anybody. I like to ask the question because
if I got two schools coming at me, and you try to pay me less than the one dude that you just ran up out of town after you made a bowl game, oh no, I got to get that.
I would rather this is and I can relate it to 927 the ticket. I would rather have less money in my budget that goes to me to have. I'm just making a point,
right?
That I would rather have. I'm on Strick. Jay Foreman,
right?
The more I would rather have y'all than for me to carry the burden of this.
But he's not carrying the burden.
Okay.
Texas A&M has money.
Okay.
They just paid a dude $70-some to go home and play golf.
Yeah. Okay.
So you gonna pay me my money and you gonna pay my assistants that money.
Bro. I get you. I am
Don't
not
go on a discount.
Look, man. I fully remember because I'm a member of the club. The Clippers offered me more money than I was making in Utah, but less than the dude that they had just fired. And I said, no, I know what the job is.
Right.
So you're not wrong.
Because here's the thing with Texas A&M people. If you take a discount with those type of people, that's how they're going to treat you. Now, if it's the regular, rational-minded somebody, okay, then I could think about it. With them, oh no. Yeah. Paycheck is how you got to deal with them.
Okay, gotcha. Understood. All right. Well, we were gonna have Sarah Weber on. I wanted you to talk to Sarah Weber because if Jay Foreman had a daughter that played soccer at Nebraska, it would be Sarah Weber.
Oh yeah,
she played like a linebacker, but she could get.
All right, we're gonna see that. I'm gonna ask her about it. See what's up.
Well, no, she had to take off. She came in and did a recording for us.
Okay.
But then she took off. But I wanted to have you two.
Oh, we can get them on the next day at the end of the week.
Yeah, she ain't hard
to find. You know,
no.
Is she the one that broke her nose? Hey, buddy. Is that the one out there, the middle linebacker? That's the one. Sarah
was the number 2 scorer on the Huskers, behind the top scorer Eleanor Dale in the country.
Yeah.
And when Eleanor got hurt in the tournament, Sarah said, "Never mind, I got you."
Yeah, let
me go and get this net.
They feisty, man. I like it. Physical.
So, all right, get us out of here.
We're gonna go to a first break. Continue on the coaching carousel, man. Jay Foreman, DP Austin. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Concrete Industries, a Nebco company, has immediate job openings for precast production laborers. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $20 per hour and a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through December 5th is spend $75 and get a 2-pound prepackaged pecano roast for free. Limit 3 per visit while supplies last. Also, through the 5th, get 20% off all cheese and crackers. Don't forget their 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
Hey, it's Sean Callahan, and football season is here, and there is one place that has all the games, plus great food and beer specials. Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill. Whether it's Thursday night football, college football Saturdays, NFL Sundays, or Monday night football, there's a great view of the game from any seat with different food and drink specials every night. Try the Blue Ribbon Reuben Sandwich or the Prime Rib French Dip or any of their famous chicken wings. That's Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is hiring and seeking motivated applicants. Gray offers a second-to-none benefit package that includes health, dental, vision, 401k, paid vacation, and paid holidays. They offer great pay and tuition reimbursement or a tool purchase program for qualified candidates. It's a fun, friendly team with lots of variety and work assignments, so there's something for everybody. View and apply for their job openings today at grayusa.com or visit them in person just off I-80 and North 56th Street. Come be a part of the Gray difference.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. The holidays are here, and Fairway has everything you need for charcuterie boards, shrimp trays, party platters, wine, beer, spirits, and more. Plus, custom fresh cuts on USDA choice or prime grade beef, all-natural pork, fresh chicken, and seafood. Your holiday meals start at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Are you looking for some holiday fun? This year, start a new tradition. Make the Nebraska Christmas Lights Show experience an annual event for your family and a cherished memory to look forward to every year. From Black Friday to January 3rd, buckle up and tune into the rhythm of the lights and let the magic of Christmas take over with the show. Now located at Star City Shores, just off of 27th and Highway 2. Buy your tickets for just $20 or $25 per car today at NebraskaChristmasLightShow.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, expecting mainly sunny skies, be a little breezy at times with those winds out of the southwest. Otherwise, we'll see a high of around 47. Tonight, we'll see clear skies with an overnight low around 24. And tomorrow, mainly sunny skies do return. We'll see an afternoon high around 52. I'm meteorologist Kyle Kleckner for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Vershawn Jackson for Brandt Excavating. Brandt's been in business for 29 years, and they specialize in a variety of things. If you're looking for someone to get the job done in precision demolition, excavating, trucking, mass grading, and site prep, Brandt is the place to call. To set up a quote or learn more, call Brandt Excavating at 402-474-4113 or go to BrandtExcavating.com. They're also hiring, so join the team today. Brandt Excavating, a part of the Bauer brand, who reminds you, go big Brand.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
Regarding Chubba Purdy.
Yeah, what Chubba? Nobody asked if he was going to start. Fascinating to me.
It's the first time. First time there's been no question.
Now, what everybody said to me, Jake, Bill, was simple. Why do you have to ask? You know he's going to start. I guess. Sort of interesting to me that nobody even you didn't say. So
I think that would be remarkably shocking if all of a sudden somebody else jogged out there beside him.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back. Coaching Carousel Talk. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin. A lot of openings. Duke, UTEP. My man, UTEP, man, he lost, and they had the Marachi band in there. The team that beat him was Louisiana Monroe. They did Terry Bowden wrong, but
UTEP week 1 opponent for Nebraska next year. Let's not forget.
Yeah, that's right. In San Diego State, which is just being probably filled here with Brady Hoke retiring. Got New Mexico. Houston, I think, is a hidden gem. I think out of all of them, Houston, Indiana, Boise State, Syracuse is filled. Oregon State, of all those jobs that are still open, I think Houston's the hidden gem because they're going into the Big 12, right?
Already there.
Yeah, in the Big 12, and I think Holgorsen, he's 31-28 in 5 seasons. I think he created a culture and a recruiting base. Even though the wins, obviously, he was coming from West Virginia, you expected that type of success. It didn't happen. I do feel like Houston's dynamics is different than West Virginia. Because
yes,
is that an understatement? DP?
Yeah.
Well, it actually works against Houston, right? Because you got to think you got Texas A&M, the mergers to TCU, Baylor, right? And I'm probably missing another Texas school. You could throw SMU in there, and then the recruiting base in that huge state of Texas. You might be 5th or 6th, maybe even 7th down there. Let alone throw Oklahoma in there because they're pretty much North Texas. Whereas when you're in West Virginia, yes, the dynamic.
LSU.
Yeah, LSU, everybody come in there fishing.
Well,
when you're in West Virginia, you're able to recruit down there to Florida, and you can pick and choose, and you get them up there in Virginia, and it's kind of like you're landlocked up there versus like you're in Texas.
It's a deeper,
wider
pool in Texas that you've got 7 states worth of talent. So if you get the number 28 quarterback in the state, you got a dude.
Ideally,
right? You got a dude. If you in West Virginia,
West Virginia is going to be able to go get that guy for that system, surround him with majority of speed and athletes from Florida, and be able to be there and get you on their home turf, go toe to toe with Oklahoma, upset you down there in Texas or whatever you need to do, right? With the Will Greers and all that stuff. Versus when you're in Houston. You're an afterthought. That's a basketball school. Yes, the pool is deeper, but the competition is thicker based on the whole country's coming in there, and you're able to go to West Virginia. You can go down there in Florida and say, listen, we had so-and-so. We had, Nevine would be good here. We had so-and-so be good here. You can come up there, and it's kind of like you have a little pipeline. Whereas Houston,
if you capture a piece of the local high schools,
you'd like to
just a piece of it, right? You said it's a sleeper.
If you could get a pipeline going, and what you have to do in Houston is they finally somewhat upgraded their facility, right? But what they have to do is reconnect with their alumni, right? Because I've lived in Houston, played down there, and I know a lot of those guys. there isn't a lot of connection from the football team alumni back to the football program. You do that because a lot of those guys are running youth camps and, club teams and have connection to high school. If you can kind of maybe even if you get a corridor Houston where you're trying to just plant your flag, right? Then that's why I think it's a hidden gem, because you are in the city of Houston. You're in there and you could, you want to be a step 2 or 3 steps ahead of Rice, and you want to be nipping at the of heels of, the other teams that are left in the Big 12, the Oklahoma States and all that stuff. And so you have a chance to move up.
Is that the worst facility in the country, Rice?
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah,
More smart dudes, by the way.
Huh?
More smart dudes at Rice.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to be a doctor, yeah.
They got a ton of money, and that stadium is horrible.
It is. I mean, I would rather play down here at the high school.
Yeah, the Northwest High School out there is better than Rice.
It's
not very good.
It is terrible. Yeah. But I did get the text, hey, from Rice, certain player. Hey man, you want to go to a ball game? I was like, jerk. Yes. we're I was like, that's cold-blooded. Like, don't do that to us. We're in pain here. We're in mourning. He's like, I know. Y'all could have came down, man. He goes, I sent you a hoodie. Like, they talked. He was like, come on. No, it's that thing, right? That and Jay talks about it. The pool that you're in, and then the sleeper, that there is money in Houston.
Oh, there's tons of money to go around in Houston. But then, you got to think you're battling Texas A&M. Texas, and everybody else is coming in there. UTEP will try to dip in there.
San Houston State.
They're right there too, and they're usually a powerhouse. The other school that I would say that won't be, I wouldn't say a gym, but I think you could actually do something there with low expectations. I don't know what type of coach they're going to get, because they got to pay a $20 million buyout to Tom Allen. I envision him. I think him going up in administration just so they could maybe cost share that a little bit. Is Indiana, then also San Diego State. I think Lewis is not going to do good at San Diego State.
Yeah, that's a weird one to me.
That's it. That's a hire that you go from Brady Hope to him.
Yeah, and San Diego has talent.
They got a ton of talent, and they have a brand.
Yeah.
And a West Coast void now.
Yeah.
Right? It is oh my goodness. But it's the same thing as Texas. Where in the pecking order is San Diego State compared to Cal, USC, UCLA, et cetera? Right? Stanford. You can go, it's a laundry list. Even for football, you got to consider San Jose State. You got to go through.
But that job could be really good because Cal's in the ACC, right? And all these other schools are leaving. So the Cali kids like to stay out on the West Coast. So you could clean up on a lot of guys that don't want to, the parent, whatever you want to say, parents ain't going to be able to fly from East Coast to West Coast or West Coast to East Coast to watch them, or even the Midwest.
Well, unless they have a plan for charter travel.
That's not going to happen. San Diego, that's not going to happen.
Allegedly.
So, you could clean up on a lot of that stuff, to be honest with you. So, it's, if you use it right with your brand, everything, you'll be good.
Otherwise, here you go. Hey Jay, I don't know if you trying to get to,
I doubt that.
You're trying to get to the game.
You ain't doing that for
call this number.
You can get there, but I'm just saying the Cali kids like to stay on the West Coast. You got a good schedule. You can dominate in the conference that you're in. That's a hidden gem. Plus, a lot of work was done by Brady Hope twice. Is there a job that
you look at and go, okay, that's me? Like if I were going to jump into the pool all the way.
Oh, if I was up for it, that'd be a job that I would take.
Yeah.
It's good weather. Obviously a little expensive living out there, but you could, work your way around that. But I think just the opportunity out there and what they've done over a period of time, it's a more of a turnkey than say New Mexico or Indiana or something like that, where you could have some pretty quick success.
Is it better or worse than Boise State?
I think Boise.
San Diego State?
Yeah.
Oh, I would San Diego State by a lot, because you have your winners in Boise. Oh yeah, you got to pay me extra money to deal with that.
Boise's kind of like West Virginia. They're going to hire from within. I don't think this last.
They tried that with Avalos.
Yeah,
didn't go so well.
They have a good pipeline to the West Coast, in particular LA. As far as the job goes, I mean, obviously San Diego. You can't compare it anywhere in the world, pretty much to San Diego. But Boise State's it's an appealing job in the sense of they're a winning program. They have a foundation of what success is that's entrenched in their DNA. So it's easier to go there and employ yourself in there versus you're not fighting like Texas A&M. That job, granted, like I said, if I'm Mike Elko and I know Michigan State's coming after me, another Power 5, and say another one that you don't know, right? And I got to deal with all this other stuff. So a lot of things. He was a see. The thing is, the problem is they struck out on Stoops, right? They pulled the rug on Stoops, all right? So that already lets you know right there what's happening, right? They went and hired within the conference and pulled the rug out. 5 people wanted to do it, 6 didn't. So then, therefore, there's nowhere. Mike Elko wasn't unanimous because they would have came to him the first time. So when he's trying to, as a coordinator, do his thing, which is always good, right? It's easier, right? Because you're just in your kind of deal being a defensive coordinator. Trying to be a head man is a problem. Yeah, and so, dealing with a lot of people that you don't necessarily know is going to be an issue for him.
I'll feed this. We'll go to break, but this one I'll throw at you. San Diego State or Indiana? Give us that answer when we come back. Which we have. San Diego State, same dollar value per capita. Which one would you take?
Yeah, I'll have to think about that. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Constructors Inc., a Nebco company, is now hiring heavy equipment mechanics to maintain fleet equipment and vehicle operations. Constructors offers mechanics a competitive salary, 4-day work weeks with overtime options, a $5,000 hiring bonus, a tool allowance, and great benefits. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. Apply today for their mechanic positions. Visit constructorslincoln.com.
This holiday season, recharge with the Planet Fitness Black Card for just $1 down and $24.99 a month. So instead of fighting a stranger in the mall over a stuffed T-Rex, bring a friend for free and work out on the TRX. Instead of freezing in line for a lame holiday deal, relax in the Black Card Spa with some hydro massage feels. Instead of being trapped at your in-laws, escape to any of our 2,400 Planet Fitness locations. Sign up today for the Planet Fitness Black Card. Just $1 down and $24.99 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal is November 30th. See Club for details.
At Koppel Chevrolet GMC, we are thankful for so many things this year, starting with our great employees, a generous community, our military personnel, and most importantly, our loyal customer base that continues to drive that money-saving mile of Louisville. Hi, this is Sean Callahan, and on behalf of everybody at Koppel, we want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving and safe travels to wherever they may take you. Happy holidays from Koppel Chevrolet GMC.
What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks, exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
This year, give the gift of delicious food, incredible service, and a lasting memory with the Pillar Restaurant Group gift card. When you purchase a $50 gift card, you receive a $5 bonus card, or purchase a $100 gift card to receive a $20 bonus card. These cards can be used at all Pillar Restaurant Group locations, including Venue Restaurant and Lounge, Piedmont Bistro, The Butchery, The Bakery, and all Lincoln Good Sense Deli Fresh Subs locations. Available for purchase at any of our concepts or online at prgnebraska.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, expecting mainly sunny skies, be a little breezy at times, those winds out of the southwest. Otherwise, we'll see a high of around 47. Tonight, we'll see clear skies with an overnight low around 24. And tomorrow, mainly sunny skies do return. We'll see an afternoon high around 52. I'm meteorologist Kyle Klecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Great news. I just got the State Farm personal price plan on our home and auto insurance.
You told our agent about my thing for romance novels?
No, you don't have to get that personal. Our agent just helped me choose affordable options to create a personalized price just for us.
Oh, sweet. Then you won't believe the love triangle Jen is in now.
Call your local State Farm agent Vinny Krekak at 402-474-1173.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through December 5th is spend $75 and get a 2-pound prepackaged pecano roast for free. Limit 3 per visit while supplies last. Also, through the 5th, get 20% off all cheese and crackers. Don't forget their 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Hey, it's Jake Sorensen. Join me, Sip, and Coach Bush for Early Break this Friday, December 1st at Madsen's Bowling and Billiards, just out the 48th and Holdridge. Call today to reserve your free lane for free bowling at 402-467-3249. And if you don't bowl, still enjoy free coffee and donuts. That's this Friday for the 60th anniversary of Madsen's Bowling and Billiards. Early Break from 6 to 8 on location.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back. Quick first hour, man. That coaching stuff. That's what, as fast as coaches get fired, they get hired, boy. That's how
It'll
fast
change in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Somebody else will be
Hey,
fired.
man, it's not even that head coaches anymore. It's assistant coaches because you'll see people making moves. It's just like until people sign on the dotted line, it's even like recruits decommitting and committing. So you just got to just kind of, at this point in time, that's just the way college football is. There's a lot of movement every year. It's a wild, wild west.
And Tony White is not safe yet. So just like, stop tripping.
No, look, man, rightfully so. He's a good coach.
Right. Like it's doesn't matter. Look, two schools figure out what they want. No, it is not over yet. So just,
I mean, yeah, of course, I'd like Tony White to still be around, but if he gets a chance to go be a head coach, man, go for it, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you deserve it. He's a good coach. He's a good person, good coach, good teacher, good motivator, great football mind, very clear and communicator. So why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he, get a coaching job? It's not a bad thing. Now, the pressure will be, how do you find just another good coach? And it doesn't necessarily have to be schematics, earlier in the day, I heard, I think it was Farley and Bach talking about 3-3-5. I think, that's kind of like the starting point, but, they play a lot of 4-man fronts. You got to run nickel defense. You got to run dime. You got to run a little bit of, 2 defensive linemen and mix and all that. So I think what you do is kind of just there. The best thing that schematics is what you got on the black and white of Tony White. That's the 3-3-5 but what you really got was an excellent coach.
He was a leader.
Yeah, I mean that's what excellent coach is.
Yeah.
He's a leader. He's a he's everything.
You said it first segment, relationship first.
Right.
Not the smartest guy in the room.
That's hard to get. So that's where the biggest thing is. When you can talk secondary about a great defensive mind, what he does, like as far as schematics, you're playing what I call house money. You have a great coach. You have a great motivator. You have a great communicator. You have a great person to have on your staff, no matter what position he's coaching. That's the bigger loss, not the 3-3-5, right? Now, granted, that's his mind and how to run and his experience makes it that even much more effective. But the coaching is which is the big deal. And that's why you want to be happy for him if he gets an opportunity to be a head coach. And then obviously it's like we got to find somebody to do it. And it might not be apples to apples when you do it. It might be somebody that has to grow into it.
And personnel. So the people that are here, a new coordinator I hate to tell you, a new coordinator takes a step back because you've got personnel that you had to break down from old habits to put into new habits and new thinking and new verbiage. And then a new coordinator would
I mean, that's just part of the coaching business. But I would push back on that a little bit. I think some of the things that Tony White and those guys had to break down and build back up were probably the things they always needed. So actually, whoever's coming in is starting on second base on a way to get an inside the park home run. That's just my feeling. Mm-hmm. The ability, the way that he's gotten them to, swarm the ball, tackle, play selfless football, have guys that were out of position, find a way to get back in position so us three can make a tackle. Those are the things that just don't leave with Tony White. Those are the things he entrenched in you. And, so those are the things, if I was a coordinator going in, I feel very comfortable as I put on the tape. Yes, I need to marry my system to the personnel, but the fabric of what he left. That's why I talk about the coach more than the scheme, right? The thing that he demanded and put into the, DNA of those guys is something that's probably more important than the whole scheme.
Let's get out of here, man.
Good first hour. We'll be at the top of the hour. We'll put a bow on this coaching carousel. Then we'll talk about all the quarterbacks that got into the portal, because I think as sweet as that portal looks, that will be very sour for some people here very soon. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through December 5th is spend $75 and get a 2-pound prepackaged pecano roast for free. Limit 3 per visit while supplies last. Also, through the 5th, get 20% off all cheese and crackers. Don't forget their 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? At Warhorse Sportsbook, their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino in Lincoln or Horseman's Park in Omaha, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Are you looking for some holiday fun? This year, start a new tradition. Make the Nebraska Christmas Light Show experience an annual event for your family and a cherished memory to look forward to every year. From Black Friday to January 3rd, buckle up and tune into the rhythm of the lights and let the magic of Christmas take over with the show. Now located at Star City Shores, just off of 27th and Highway 2. Buy your tickets for just $20 or $25 per car today at NebraskaChristmasLightShow.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
Tune in to the Malone Radio Show from 9 to 10 p.m. every Sunday night to learn more about the Malone Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln. It's the Malone Radio Show every Sunday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
School taught you all about the 4 seasons, spring, summer, and so on. And then there's the way we really tell what time of year it is in sports seasons. Football season, baseball season, or off season. But what's the chocolate season? Well, it's now. And now, and always. Whether you're looking for a caffeinated pick-me-up on the way to work, a little snack on the way home, or you need the perfect gift that's sure to be appreciated, it's time for the chocolate season. 40th and Old Cheney, or order ahead at thechocolateseason.com. Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers, and if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Don't allow uninvited guests to take over your home. Trust Bats to Rats for a peaceful and rodent-free living space.
Tailored Lights is your go-to local manufacturer and installer of the best landscape lighting. Tailored Lights is excited to highlight the architecture of your home or business and provide a warm environment that feels safe. And for those outside the Lincoln area, they do ship across the country and are happy to work with anyone near or far with lights anywhere from 18 inches to 110 inches. Enhance your curb appeal with an exquisite tailored light today. Call 402-432-2572 or go to tailoredlights.com.
Constructors Inc., a Nebco company, is now hiring heavy equipment mechanics to maintain fleet equipment and vehicle operations. Constructors offers mechanics a competitive salary, 4-day work weeks with overtime options, a $5,000 hiring bonus, a tool allowance, and great benefits. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. Apply today for their mechanic positions. Visit constructorslincoln.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, expecting mainly sunny skies, be a little breezy at times, those winds out of the southwest. Otherwise, we'll see a high of around 47. Tonight, we'll see clear skies with an overnight low around 24. And tomorrow, mainly sunny skies do return. We'll see an afternoon high around 52. I'm meteorologist Kyle Klecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School. Sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back, 5 o'clock hour. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin, Old School. We're brought to you by the Mercado, Certified Piedmontese, Special Ingredients and Butcher Shop. 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill. We are talking about the coaching carousel. One of the interesting firings is Rick Stockstill, Middle Tennessee State. It was there for pretty much 20 years.
Yeah,
it was 18 years.
Yeah.
113 and 111. I mean, that's just probably like, hey, all right, it's time. You know, I think maybe you could say it got stale, but I think really when you fire a coach like that at your university, you also have to make sure that you look in the mirror and say, okay, how much better can we get? Who else wants to come to Middle Tennessee State and coach football? They're primarily a basketball school.
Where are they in the state? Where are they? Where would you put them in? So UT's one, Memphis.
They're in the middle, DP. It's in the name.
Where they? I don't know where they're at. The Middle Tennessee State.
It's like, but why? Like that's my question was
like, who gonna get? I mean, you gonna get somebody from like University of St. Thomas in Minnesota to come coach there? I mean,
Austin, who's the greatest alumni from Middle Tennessee State?
It'd be some Hall of Famer.
The greatest alumni is just that group of guys on that 2016 team. They beat Michigan State in the NCAA tournament, 15-2.
Like
basketball.
Yeah, basketball.
We talking about football.
I'm talking about basketball.
Oh.
They beat Michigan State. That's what I know him for.
No.
And Rick Stockstill, of course.
Yeah, they were like
Nick Stainert is excited that Baylor retained Dave Aranda.
You know, Nick's a big Jonathan Smith guy too.
Yeah. Peanut head Dave Aranda.
That is so funny.
Now I'm gonna tell you who set this whole bad boy off though. Was your boy Dan Lanning when he decided to come back. Wasn't very believable when he did it, but that would have set the dominoes off in the Texas A&M. That once he went back, that was their number one choice, and then they started to go to choice number 2, which was Dan Campbell. He said, "Thank you very much, but I'll help you find somebody." They went to go get Stoops. He said yes. somebody else said no at 2:00 in the morning.
Wow.
Then they say, you know what? Let's get the dude that actually has been here for a while and maybe this is okay with the chaos. But I think Mike Elko said, listen, for this type of money, and that dance he had to do at the introductory press conference.
Talk to me. Talk to me, Jay.
When he was swaying back and forth, he was hoping he was drunk, probably thinking like, what have I got myself into?
Like that.
A higher tax bracket and a higher blood pressure rating immediately. Because what happens down there, Texas, because look, me and Aaron Glenn are pretty close. He's D coordinator at Detroit. That dude, his first, so here's like when you just think about, say you just got a coaching job, you get a big old pretty office, you probably want to go in there and kind of put your pictures up and stuff, right? At Texas A&M, they go through your stuff, put your pictures where they want them, and then you got two people sitting at your desk saying, "Hey, welcome to Texas A&M. We got to have a talk. This is how you're going to coach." So that's what he realized right there.
Who you calling? Who you calling?
What do you mean?
No. When coach picks up the phone, he goes, no. Who you calling?
Yeah, no, they don't have to ask. They already got you tapped in.
Tapped in, yep.
Yeah, they tapped in down there, man. And you know, Gus Malzahn's going back to UCF. I don't know. I mean, he's ready to try to get back into big time.
You trying to say UCF?
And Sam Pittman's coming back. That's one that you thought that's
you
a
see
domino.
his coordinator hired, didn't you?
Yeah, but that's a
DP.
Stop it!
You saw it.
Stop it!
You saw it.
He's a. It's not for sure yet. Not for
he
sure.
Just
yet.
has to sign. It's agreed in principle.
It is in principle, but the Harley Davidson sponsorship has not gone through yet, right? Especially the one with better tires. Anyways, you got Jeff Monken, who I think this is an interesting one. He's at Army. He's won 5 of the last 7 games in the Army-Navy game, so that he's got some staying power, boosting him up, which is a lot of money for Army. $2 million. That's a big one because he could very easily went to some other jobs. Quite frankly, he probably could have took that Arkansas job. So Sam Pittman needs to send him a care package. That is about it. But DP asked me San Diego State or Indiana. I'd probably say San Diego State every day of the week. Indiana probably would be a little bit easier life as far as your tax bracket, but I think being in Indiana with the way the 4 additions in the Big Ten, Tom Allen did a really good job of fostering talent. Michael Penix got hurt. That if Michael Penix didn't get hurt after that 8-win season, the COVID year, and then he got hurt and he had that first game against the first 3 passes were pick sixes against Iowa. He's still there. The program is different because they put 3 receivers in the league. So he built it on defensive backs, high turnovers, right? We're going to blitz you on 3rd down, attack the ball, put defenders there. McFadden, their linebacker, starting for the Giants. And then he put receivers. And then obviously had, Michael Penix Jr. before he got hurt. And his loss has obviously been Washington's gain. So I think at San Diego State, you probably would be able to get a little bit more retention rate versus at Indiana. So we shall see. I think the Syracuse thing, I think Fran Brown will do well. He's very well respected in the recruiting aspect and also up and down those like East Coast. Pretty much, I would say from the DMV on up, he does a really good job has done a really good job of recruiting up there. So I think he fits Syracuse, even though the Carrier Dome is garbage.
It really is. Like just because you have more people.
Cursed place.
Oh.
Yeah. So anyways, we'll see. That's the coaching carousel. I'm sure there'll be more. They got started awful quick, but now Austin 316. Do we have it pulled up?
The transfer portal quarterbacks?
Yeah.
I do have a list in front of me, yes.
All right, here we go. Well, this is the thing about the transfer portal is this. For every Kenneth Walker III or Coleman down in Michigan or from Michigan State to Florida State, or Bo Nix, which is different because they pushed him out at Auburn, so he kind of had to go. They got sick of seeing him, and he was a winner. Go figure. And Michael Penix Jr. was a situational thing. I got hurt, lost a little confidence, needed a brand new start. Washington needed a quarterback, new young coach. That's a perfect marriage. For all those that you see, there's thousands upon thousands of quarterbacks or just players in general that jump into the portal, over the thousands. 2,000 people, kids will be in there. It won't be 2,000 spots. And so it's a very risky move, right? But sometimes it's warranted, and you have to be okay with where you land. And you got to, I think you need to have a three-tier approach to it, where I'd like to go, right? Which is maybe a step up or a higher profile, where I'd be okay to go. So that'd be maybe like a lateral move. And what would be my last bottom line, where, okay, even I got to make this work. Maybe I have to try to graduate early so I could be a graduate, transfer and go anywhere at any time. If you have those three options, I think you're going in there with a lot more confidence versus just jumping in there and there's a lot of supply and not as much demand. And the quarterback is obviously going to be huge because that's the most prominent position. And unlike, I think, last year, I think the quarterback pool was probably a lot deeper as far as transfer portal. What's your thought about that on Austin?
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of intriguing names at the quarterback position. I mean, DP mentioned it with all three Michigan State guys in the portal already. Indiana's backup, Brendan Sorsby, enters the portal, as is their leading receiver, Donovan McCulley. Will Rogers leaving Mississippi State. That one I kind of get, but I don't. You have an offensive-minded guy and Jeff Lebby coming in. Maybe it's just time for something else. Some of the other intriguing names, Tyler Shuck from Texas Tech, Max Johnson leaning to going toward Carolina from Texas A&M. Don't forget Spencer Petras is in the portal. Don't forget, he was one of the first to enter. Hank Bachmeier that Nebraska saw, Will Howard from Kansas State, and his backup, both in the portal. Jerry Bohannon, who Matt Rule recruited to Baylor in 2018. Blake Shapen at Baylor.
Callum McManus is in there.
Kelly McManus, right? Yeah, all three Michigan State.
Tyler
guys.
Van Dyke right there, that was thought of as a potential first-round pick at Miami before he had a rash of injuries. And he has a big-time arm, and 2 years ago he had a really good year. He's in there, and that's interesting.
So if you look back a year, right, and you say, okay, transfer portal, hit or miss. It's hit or miss for bad programs. Good programs, if you're Georgia and like you're talking about LSU, Alabama, Oregon.
Right.
For some reason, they had all the hits. For some reason, all of their transfer portal people can play. And then
who did Alabama get?
Alabama they got a linebacker, they got an offensive lineman, and a receiver.
Yeah, see, the difference is that it's no different than recruiting. They're receiving more calls than they're giving. That's the difference. And they're not going any more than 3 or 4. They're going to get what they need and they're out.
I mean, the transfer portal enhances who you are. It's kind of like alcohol and money, right? The two things. If you're good at your job, the transfer portal is an amazing way for you to improve. If you're bad at your job, the transfer portal just enhances the fact that you're going to do bad out loud. Like you're going to do more bad football business.
But you don't have to do, when you're at Alabama and you're top 4 team, you're not rebuilding. You're not going to the transfer portal at the same rate as Nebraska or even Michigan State a few years ago or Colorado. So it's not 100%. So it has nothing to do with whether you're good at your job. You're already 20 steps ahead of where you need to be. So it's like where Alabama went and got Burke, the receiver. I think Burke is named, right? Number 3. He came in or he went and got him. You needed a replacement after you lost like 8 first-round receivers. So you have to go get somebody that's within the conference, or they had to get the running back that came over from Georgia Tech last year. That obviously went first round up there in Detroit. So they had how many running backs drafted and all that. So now you go get a Gibbs, which is named from Georgia Tech. He's established. He fits your scheme to go with Bryce Young. So then you get to change it. You kind of get it ready-made versus when you're even Michigan State when they hit on
Jermaine Burton
from Georgia, I think, right?
Yep.
Right. So you already have a intel on him, and plus you trust Kirby Smart because he learned from you, and he's looking for an opportunity to be a number 1 guy versus like when Michigan State got Kenneth Walker III, it was a throw-in. So the Kenneth Walker III is both by chance and by luck that it works out. And so, you know, you got to be strategic with it, with it, whether you're recruiting out of it or you're developing out of it. You have to have a plan for it. And if you have a strategic plan, it'll work out over time, because there's a lot of guys, you know, that, I mean, it's no different than like Sam Keller. It wasn't a transfer portal, but Sam Keller way back in the day transferred to Nebraska. You know, he put up good numbers at Arizona State, came here, couldn't stay healthy. Then next thing you know, the emergence of thing of Joe Gans, right? And then Joe Gans, the legend of Joe Gans, you know, starts from there. So it just kind of depends on the situation and the player, because it's hard to understand or get a real good read on why these guys go into the portal. It varies, and as much as you can say the coaches don't do that stuff, like I guess aren't up front, these players know how to work the system, and so they're going to work the system, get paid, and then they'll be in there. And next thing you know, you're sitting there with a lemon.
I still say that it's your job to be able to identify lemons. But that's part of the game.
If you could identify a lemon, there wouldn't be any divorce rates in the United States. You cannot. I'm telling you. I said this. What you do in another zip code or whatever you call it, area code, is no guarantee you got here. When you get here, the dynamics are different. Playing free with this.
Does that apply for coaches?
Right. Yeah, I mean, sure it does. I mean, we saw it firsthand. Last dude was here, right?
We understand the human nature of it. Here's what there's simplicity in.
You can't, as a coach, it's not, you can't, you can only make the decision based off what you know.
You're not going to allow somebody to walk in here and tell you they can play linebacker.
Right.
And look at them and not be able to evaluate them. Like, it's literally part of your talent pool is for you to know what's required for you to play the position,
right? Especially
in the system that they're about to walk into, and then you'll have three questions that allow you to find out: one, does this person have the IQ? Do they have that intelligence to be able to talk and respond? And then, quite frankly, whether they put in the work physically. So you're going to minimize the amount of mistakes you could make because you're making informed decisions.
Right.
That's what all this is. The transfer portal is simply that you are taking your needs and your situation and circumstance and then saying, listen, from this pool of thousands, as we say,
right,
you only need a specific thing. Then you have to get them to cross the border into your space. That's what this is. The professionals, the paid professionals in this thing have a responsibility. It's your job to know, hey, man, stop. The easiest way for you to get fired in a corporation, go and spend $250,000 and not get any production for it.
Right.
Like, that's the easy. Like, let me go give out a $250,000 scholarship and not get anything for it. You know what? Every boss in the country would fire me.
Right, but why is the magnitude of the transfer portal any different than recruiting?
I think they're the same.
So
I think they're the same.
That's what I mean.
It's recruiting. The transfer portal is recruiting part 2.0 because you have more resume because you now have
ideally
college resume
but
versus
you also
high school
got
resume.
ability to know how to work the system though. I think it's a risk anyway, but you have to take the risk because of the pressure to win, and guys are able to roll to move, and guys don't want to wait. Winning isn't as important to them. You don't know that. So they'll tell you exactly it's just like a tryout at basketball.
Yep.
Right. You could get a guy there and he looks great.
Mm-hmm.
Teammate, cheering on everybody. You get in the middle of the season, you're like, man, who the heck is this kid?
Mm-hmm.
So the only decision that you can make is based on what you saw. It's still recruiting. You're getting a snapshot of who they are whenever you get in front of them or in the same facility, and you're only getting a snapshot off of what you see on tape. Now, granted, when you see these Van Dykes and Will Rogers, you got a ton of tape, so you can. These are easy decisions, but to make decisions on a Jay Foreman and say I had a high ankle sprain, I couldn't kick it. Perfect example: Charlie Jones that played for Purdue couldn't get on the field at Iowa, right? Had injury history. Jeff Brom took a flyer. So you want to transfer? We need a wide receiver. He started out as a punt returner. End up being the Big Ten receiver of the year. Yeah. You just never know.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just.
And I like the opportunity. I mean, again, junior year Jay Foreman versus freshman Jay Foreman.
Oh, well, then you can make I started for 3 years. But then you would have to question, if I was starting for 3 years, why am I leaving?
Right.
No, I mean, it's all kind of just goes.
Yep.
It's a crapshoot, man.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys this. Do you think those guys that are 3-year starters somewhere, or 2-year starters somewhere, that up and leave without a coaching change, do you think they are just up and leaving for fun? Do you think there's something behind the scenes? Why do you think most of those guys get out of Dodge?
It's everything. It's everything. I mean, you got to think they get the kid at Washington State, right? He transferred up there. I think from Incarnate Word or whatever. Incarnate Word.
Yep.
Dominant player. The Pac-12 is defunct pretty much. He's a dominant one-man show up there. He's getting a NIL opportunities close to $1 million. There's no reason, like on the surface wisely, it's a better. You can't fault him for that. He's gonna be on a bigger platform. He's going to probably a better team, and obviously he's putting money in his pocket. So I mean, those are the situations. Those are the easy ones. You can kind of finger point it, like, okay, I understand that decision. Some guys go in there and some guys that can mask whether they like football or not, and that's the hard thing. The hard thing.
Amen to that. Amen to that. And I listen. I'm a fan of the fact that you get another chance, because not everybody. Again, at me at 17 versus me at 20, you got a different human being. Like me at 17
Your
versus
wants
me at 18.
are different.
Me at 19.
Right. Your
right?
experience is different. You might want to, as much as say a kid might want to go from California and say he wants to go play in Miami. Say you're from Northern California, right? So you're up by the Bay Area and you are the dude, quarterback, whatever. Or even like Miami used to get a lot of quarterbacks, the Walshes from Minnesota. And then you go down to the University of Miami. That is at the bottom of the state. It might be the thing that you want to do at 18 to get away from home. Say something happens and you want to get close to home. That's just the way it goes. Yeah. You're different things. Life changes. Maybe you thought like, okay, I want to be in a 4-3 defense, and you know what? I'm better in a 4-2-5 or whatever it is, and you want to go and play in another scheme.
Well, sometimes it is that maturity, because people mature at different levels. Chris Carter likes to tell the story of like Philadelphia Eagles early. Chris Carter was not.
No, for sure.
Wasn't the pro. He believed that he was good enough as is, so he worked accordingly until he found out, you know what, I need to put some things down in order for me to do this. And then you get frustrated that, my goodness, I burned 3 years of my career when I could have been, like when we talk about the greats of all greats, like the difference is the first 3 years of Chris Carter's pro career.
And the opportunity.
So,
and all other stuff. You get that opportunity to be great. Somebody supports you. Essentially got traded for $1. Essentially attituded his way out of Philly with Buddy Ryan, traded for the best thing for him.
Mm-hmm.
That's just part of the deal. That's the way it is. You got, as much as the pressure is on the coach to make the right decisions, it's also pressure on the player to go to another college for the right reasons. Are you running from competition, or are you running from hard work? Are you bringing the same habits that might not have been the best with you? If you're bringing all those in a positive matter, it'll work out for you, because sports usually handles itself.
That's the real, bro. That's the real. Like I said, I just find it interesting that in those spaces, I look for intelligent people who really are just about the job, right? That, okay, do you love football? Like, to me, there are coaches who coach at Power 5 situations that don't love football the way that Jay Foreman does. Like, they don't investigate it. They're not naturally curious about it. They don't have the work ethic to match. And so I pay attention to, okay, there are people who are getting jobs and getting paid well who don't love it the way Jay Foreman does, and certainly is not going to evaluate, because Jay has skin in the game for it. Like, wait a minute, I don't want anybody to come out here playing linebacker wearing number 56 or 44 who putting in.
Yeah.
And so sometimes it provides the opportunity for the next Jay Foreman to find their way. Yeah. And it makes an opportunity for the person that doesn't love the way Jay Foreman does to get out of the way.
And exactly. There's a lot of players that love it until they got to work.
Yep.
Until they got to start getting up at 6.
There it is.
That being said, we're going to take a quick break, come back and jump into some more of these guys in there, just because there's an interesting name in the quarterback portal, not for Nebraska reasons, but for his playing reasons. Like, That is a question mark. So Jay Foreman, DP, Austin, we'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Constructors Inc., a Nebco company, is now hiring heavy equipment mechanics to maintain fleet equipment and vehicle operations. Constructors offers mechanics a competitive salary, 4-day work weeks with overtime options, a $5,000 hiring bonus, a tool allowance, and great benefits. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. Apply today for their mechanic positions. Visit constructorslincoln.com.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. The holidays are here, and Fairway has everything you need for charcuterie boards, shrimp trays, party platters, wine, beer, spirits, and more. Plus, custom fresh cuts on USDA choice or prime grade beef, all natural pork, fresh chicken, and seafood. Your holiday meals start at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Great news. I just got the State Farm personal price plan on our home and auto insurance.
You told our agent about my thing for romance novels?
No, you don't have to get that personal. Our agent just helped me choose affordable options to create a personalized price just for us.
Oh, sweet. Then you won't believe the love triangle Jen is in now.
Call your local State Farm agent Vinny Krekak at 402-474-1173.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, expecting mainly sunny skies, be a little breezy at times with those winds down to the southwest. Otherwise, we'll see a high of around 47. Tonight, we'll see clear skies, but over that low around 24. And tomorrow, mainly sunny skies do return. We'll see an afternoon high around 52. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
If you're not going to Memorial Stadium for a home game and don't have any travel plans for away games, there's a great place in Omaha to catch the action, the Inner Rail Food Hall. There's plenty of space. The Backstretch Bar has amazing game specials on game days. $15 Blue Moon and Bud Light pitchers, $6 margaritas, and $6 Moscow mules. And if you're hungry, take in some of their great options from their game day pizza specials. Do football game day right in the Inner Rail Food Hall in Exarban Village in Omaha.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? At Warhorse Sportsbook, their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino in Lincoln or Horseman's Park in Omaha, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
School taught you all about the 4 seasons: spring, summer, and so on. And then there's the way we really tell what time of year it is in sports seasons: football season, baseball season, or off season. But what's the chocolate season? Well, it's now. And now, and now, and always. Whether you're looking for a caffeinated pick-me-up on the way to work, a little snack on the way home, or you need the perfect gift that's sure to be appreciated, it's time for the chocolate season. 40th and Old Cheney, or order ahead at thechocolateseason.com.
Tailored Lights is your go-to local manufacturer and installer of the best landscape lighting. Tailored Lights is excited to highlight the architecture of your home or business and provide a warm environment that feels safe. And for those outside the Lincoln area, they do ship across the country and are happy to work with anyone near or far with lights anywhere from 18 inches to 110 inches. Enhance your curb appeal with an exquisite Tailored Light today. Call 402-432-2572 or go to tailoredlights.com.
At Coppell Chevrolet GMC, we are thankful for so many things this year, starting with our great employees, a generous community, our military personnel, and most importantly, our loyal customer base that continues to drive that money-saving mile of Louisville. Hi, this is Sean Callahan, and on behalf of everybody at Coppell, we want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving and safe travels to wherever they may take you. Happy holidays from Coppell Chevrolet GMC.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend. Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin, ones and twos. Transfer portal. The Vortex is in the building. Man, the funny thing about it, they could do the crystal balls and all that stuff. It'd be interesting to see if you could do it right now and see where they end up, because there's going to be a lot of movement, man. It's the quarterback position is huge in the sense of, everybody's thinking that they're getting the winner, right? And a lot of times it doesn't work out like that. So, there's a ton of depth in there, though. A ton.
Yeah.
Even where Matthew Sluka, right, from Holy Cross, he's a dude.
Somebody is rolling. Is it Danico? How would you pronounce that name?
Danico got.
I think he's called in for postgame.
Yeah. Danico has one of the best man caves in the history of mankind.
Bro, do your thing, man.
Yeah,
we need to
Danico.
send something. Put your address in this so we can send you something from the ticket to put in there. Like, we need to add something from the ticket to put in your man cave. Like that's pretty impressive. I gotta say, bro. That good deal, man.
Yeah, good on him. The catch-22 is, when do you jump in there? Do you just wait and see? Because if you get in there and, as fast as everybody was talking about Will Howard, and he was the number one guy, then here comes Tyler Van Dyke. Noah Kim and company from Michigan State jumps in. You even got Carlos Jones from UMass. He jumps in there, so.
With Utah, their starting quarterback this year jumped in. Johnson jumped in the portal.
Tyler Shaw jumped in. Oh, we got breaking news. The Bachelor, Cliff Kingsbury, is a front runner for the Houston job.
Shocker. Imagine. Best,
but
number two quarterback in Houston history.
But
2 or 3. But
who?
It's
Keenum's number one.
Who is?
Case Keenum
No,
is not better.
I know. I just wanted to get the reaction.
You better
At the
stop
University
that.
of Houston?
I was going to throw my pen at you.
I know better.
Jay, you see, I was loaded. Like I was like, I throw my pen. Case Keenum
at the University of Houston. Is Andre Ware?
It's Andre Ware. Klingler. Yeah.
Probably Case Keenum.
Yeah, they had some.
Did Cliff Kingsbury go there?
Yeah. Well, he went to Texas Tech.
Yeah, he went to Texas Tech.
Texas Tech. So they're going outside the circle.
They're going to, that's the same style kind of offense, and maybe they can get a transfer quarterback there and kind of get back on the map. But Houston has to play that way. I don't think you'll ever get a 22 personnel type of Houston team. I don't think that'll just ever. So you're going to be more of 11 personnel, 10 personnel,
but
throw it around the yard.
Fullbacks in Houston.
Yeah, they're all at Texas.
Yeah.
Y'all remember Jaworski Lane from Texas A&M?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Talk about a fullback.
I'm old enough to remember MacArthur Lane for the Packers, who was a fullback. Yeah. See, we get to some throwback game. We can do that. I I'll ask Jay this because I think Jay has the best perspective. Okay, so again, these are the fighting foremen. So we'll remove the Husker tag. But these are the fighting foremen. And you need to come in and you're looking at what exists. How do you handle not only evaluating the talent that exists, but then also at the very same time, again, you got to get ahead of the pool, right? You got to get ahead of the wave, evaluating what's available to you outside of that and making the decision.
I mean, there's a risk, juice worth squeeze.
Okay.
You know, you got to evaluate, give everybody a chance. But then if you know there's a glaring need, you know, it's like Iowa State, right? Their top 2 running backs went in the transfer portal. The third team dude went for 280. They probably got a freshman coming back. You have, no matter, even if the guy that ran for 280 the other night, even when you're sitting down with them, you just got to say, look, dude, these 2 dudes left. I have to go get a running back or 2. So that's an easy choice. You know, I think the best thing you can do is try to evaluate the roster the best you can, and then obviously try to project. It's hard because the thing is, you got to project improvement, right? So that whether you're talking about a side of the ball or a player, you'd like to think that the player that you saw right now is going to be a little bit better next year. And then after that, that's the whole goal, is continuously to get better.
And you as a coach you're more informed now than you were 4 months ago, 6 months ago, a year ago.
Right. And so you should have hopefully, ideally, a better idea of, you know, what somebody can do, what they're made of, how much better they even got during the season, how much do they really love to work, you know, how much more of an opportunity can you possibly give them in the sense of, you know, say, you know, like when I first started as a redshirt freshman, I played, you know, a lot of first and second down, you know, played 65% of the time. Okay, well, you know, then you go up to 80, you know, then maybe play a little more third down, you get it, be in blitz package. All those type of things you have to project. That's why I always consistently re-recruiting your roster, being as open and honest as you can, because I think, you know, kids getting their feelings a little bit too much, and then, you know, then you make it hasty decisions and impulsive decisions. I don't think you should do that on either side.
So to change the eyes, right, and wash the brain on how we think about this, I'm going to take you back to single Jay Foreman. Okay. Now you had a girlfriend. She as we say, she all right, but you wasn't gonna marry her. Right. You wasn't gonna marry her. You make a decision. So you go to the single girl transfer portal. Right?
Yeah.
You go to the transfer portal.
Yeah.
Right?
Jay doesn't need to go to that portal. That portal comes looking for him.
Ideally,
he's Alabama. He's Alabama.
You'd like to be Alabama.
He's
right?
Alabama, right? That listen, everybody can't come to Champagne Room.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Ideally, you'd like to be making those calls, because then you'd be choosing versus getting chose. But
right. So, but you also know that if you get to the spot at 9:00 on a Friday, you have a better situation and circumstance than the person who got there at 11:30. While there may be more options at 11:30, they may not be better options at 11:30. But also, you don't want to find the Casey Keenum of single girls, not knowing that Patrick Mahomes was coming.
Case Keenum.
Case Keenum. We didn't know Patrick Mahomes was coming to 12:30.
Yeah, you don't want you don't.
And you don't want to spend your money on drinks on Case.
Yeah.
When you
or Mitchell Trubisky.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I think I think the best thing in recruiting, you want to identify the talent, and I'm assuming get there and have the conversation early. That I think that does mean something, at least for me. If I was in the transfer portal and I have a conversation with Coach Austin first, and it's a good conversation, that's going to mean more than, say, like you're at, I don't know, just Pittsburgh or something, right? And then all of a sudden I start to get traction because because Notre Dame struck out on 4 other linebackers. Then they start calling. Well, then I'm gonna go where I'm actually really wanted versus where all right, I'm gonna try to get you, and I never thought about you before. So
did you see Jay blush when he went through? He was talking about.
No. So I mean, it's a hard thing. I mean, it's recruiting. I mean, that's all the transfer portal is. It's tough. They know the ins and look. As much as you think you're getting more of a known product on film, yes, but there's a lot of cases these kids like getting recruited, so they know how to wine and dine you. They know how to get you hook, line, and sinker. These kids are not stupid anymore.
I want to. So from the text line, and Jim says, Will Rogers from Mississippi. Let me make just a reminder. Just because a player, a quarterback that Nebraska fans know about in full,
Will Rogers?
Yeah, doesn't mean they're coming to Nebraska. It doesn't mean you can get them. Like,
it's too early to even.
We don't know. We don't know. Like, literally, of every athlete in the portal has somebody in mind. All of them want to date up. And I hate to tell you, Nebraska's not dating up for quarterbacks in Power 5 football in full. That's not how it works. You're going to get a few people who, quite frankly, are looking at Nebraska because it's an opportunity. And those are the people you want. The people are going, you know what? I don't need the other sexiness, the convenience of just coattailing somebody, and I can go in and ride with them. No, I can go in and make them something. Those are the people I want. These quarterbacks who are in they're not looking at Nebraska, not interested in Nebraska. And quite frankly, the amount of money that they're going to ask everybody that's mentioned on this text line, the amount of money that they're asking for Nebraska ain't going to pay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about that. I just think like Spencer Rattler going to South Carolina was out of nowhere. Right?
100%.
He saw totally, I mean, I don't know why he picked it, but I'm assuming, look, it's a total different geographical area, right? It's a total different university. You go from a blue blood university in Oklahoma. Obviously, the coach left very soon after, but then you go to South Carolina with Beamer, was on decent footing, and he's doing all right right now. But it wasn't known as an offensive juggernaut, but he saw an opportunity to go there and make his own way, and he's done it. And he's gotten better, and he had his coming out party last year and was in a pretty formidable offense right now. So I think he's helped himself. So, ultimately you want to go get the best guy that you can to come in
for
you and for your system
and for your budget.
Well, I mean, Nebraska would be fine budget wise, but you want to make sure you get the guy that can play the position that within your scheme.
Yeah.
Sometimes the price tag does I mean,
what's the target for you? Like, give me a target.
Greg McElroy won a national championship. Sims at Alabama won a national championship. You don't hear nothing about them dudes except for Greg McElroy called his game.
Mm-hmm.
He was an excellent college quarterback for what Nick Saban needed, which is hand the ball off, time on the play quarterback. If you
7 to 17 yard throws. Strictly to the hash mark.
Hit the deep shot when you can.
Like,
I mean, it's just whatever you need to do, and that's the way it is. Bo Nix.
He said, "I need to be 1 of 4 on deep ball."
When Bo Nix went to Oregon, it was like that was the only person that would essentially take Bo Nix.
Yeah.
Now he's up for the Heisman.
Yeah. No, that's spectacular.
The big thing is for the fit. So we'll see, man. We're gonna go to break, come back, put a bow on this, turn over to AG, Jay Foreman, DP, Austin. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through December 5th is spend $75 and get a 2-pound prepackaged pecana roast for free. Limit 3 per visit while supplies last. Also, through the 5th, get 20% off all cheese and crackers. Don't forget their 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with 4 Lincoln locations, but now 5 Lincoln locations. That's 25% more locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11, located right alongside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios at 1040 O Street.
Allo is turning 20 this year, and we plan to celebrate all year long. Since 2003, Allo has vowed to put customers first and deliver a drastically different experience. No matter where you live, work, or play, we believe you deserve an affordable, secure, and reliable connection. We're proud to have served our businesses and residents with seriously fast fiber optic service for 2 decades. Thank you for trusting Allo as your local internet, phone, and TV provider. Follow us on social media to know about the 20th anniversary celebrations in all our Allo communities.
Whether you're booking a trip to Lincoln for a football game or a volleyball weekend, the Scarlet Hotel at Innovation Campus is the place for you. The Scarlet Hotel is special on many levels, from the delicious Well and Good restaurant on the main floor to the coolest rooftop patio bar in Lincoln, the Barred Owl, on the top floor of the hotel with great views of the city and one of the coolest drink menus. Book your stay or book a staycation today at scarlethotelnebraska.com.
School taught you all about the 4 seasons, spring, summer, and so on. And then there's the way we really tell what time of year it is in sports seasons. Football season, baseball season, or off season. But what's the chocolate season? Well, it's now. And now, and now, and always. Whether you're looking for a caffeinated pick-me-up on the way to work, a little snack on the way home, or you need the perfect gift that's sure to be appreciated, it's time for the chocolate season. 40th and Old Cheney, or order ahead at thechocolateseason.com.
Gary with Gary Michaels Clothiers Lincoln. I'm here to tell you about our custom shirt program. When you come into the store, we measure your chest, mid-waist, and sleeve length. Enter the measurements in an app, and we create your data fit size. You then try on one of our 99 data fit shirts for the proper fit. After that, pick out the fabric, collar, cuff, placket, and in roughly 2 weeks, your shirts are delivered at the same cost of buying off the rack. And by the way, the neck fits too. Gary Michaels Custom Shirts at 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Great news. I just got the State Farm personal price plan on our home and auto insurance.
You told our agent about my thing for romance novels?
No, you don't have to get that personal. Our agent just helped me choose affordable options to create a personalized price just for us.
Oh, sweet. Then you won't believe the love triangle Jen is in now.
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krekak, at 402-474-1173.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
The place you call home should always be a place of comfort. Warm and cozy in winter, cool and relaxing in summer. If your home isn't delivering the comfort you expect, call Bryant. It's more than just hot and cold to them. It's about providing the best comfort solutions. And Bryant gives you a full 24-month test drive on your home comfort system. Get full details at BryantLincoln.com or call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, expecting mainly sunny skies, be a little breezy at times, those winds down to the southwest. Otherwise, we'll see a high of around 47. Tonight we'll see clear skies with an overnight low around 24. And tomorrow, mainly sunny skies do return. We'll see an afternoon high around 52. I'm meteorologist Kyle Klecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin, coaching Carousel, transfer portal, quarterbacks. Also today, the all conference things came out. Defense is the only defense came out today.
Defense today, offense tomorrow.
Yeah, so
And special teams today.
Yeah, so we had a lot of honorable mention guys and third team. Luke Reimer.
What does honorable mention mean?
You were mentioned. You almost made it.
Like somebody voted you.
You got some votes. You just didn't get enough votes to get on the first, second, or third team. And that doesn't. There's been some guys that were honorable mention and ended up getting drafted higher than guys that were on whatever said team.
Right.
I know a lot of the fans are probably, like all Nebraska's defense, top 14, 15 in the nation, right?
Yeah.
And you don't have a lot of, well, you know what? We had number one defense in the nation. We never had 7, 8 guys on there. But for the players, this is where I would tell you, your 2024 season should have already started. If you're pissed off that you're not on a first, second, or third team, do something about it. And it ain't fair. It isn't fair. Life ain't fair. Deal with it and go earn it. Because if you go and if you're honorable mention right now and you play better, I can't guarantee you, but I can tell you there's a very high chance that you will be on the second or possibly the first team. Also, what comes with that? Win some more games. Prepare harder. You know what I mean? Be tougher. Be a better teammate. Be a better player. Get in a better shape. It doesn't start when winter conditioning starts. It starts way before that. And so if everybody takes, and rightfully so, the defense had some guys that were some bright spots. Now we need some more consistency. We need better play. We need to crank it up a little bit or a lot of bit. And then all that stuff that you want, right? Your fruits of your labor will come to you, So you should be highly motivated by it. You have a top 15 defense and not anybody on the first or second team. You should be highly motivated by it. And the expectation should be even higher.
Well, shout out Big Nori's outside, just hanging out, looking good, got his hair cut. He's back behind you, Jay. Yeah, they're talking to Almon. Some of the young ladies have come in and are recording some stuff that we've got some projects working. So it's really cool to kind of watch. I'll finish with this because I just think it's an opportunity to get right.
It's a long road, man. You got all the way to January 15th.
But just to change some of the thinking, like the way business, to believe that the people with the same thinking are going to accomplish anything different. Like we know that doesn't work. Like
but they just got here though.
It's the people who hired them,
right?
Same folks.
Yeah, but the coach is here to coach. You just got to sit back and let him do his thing.
Look, I don't care who's coaching. I just want them to win. Just beat people. Just beat people. If you win games, I can applaud you. If you're not winning games,
there's always going to be complaints. We were winning national championship. People complained about when Coach Osborne was here. So I think at the end of the day,
we here for the wins, man.
They just got here. They ain't even been here to calendar. Well, actually, is today the day he got hired?
No.
Last year? Yeah, it is. Isn't it the anniversary? Right? I think it is. I think because of the difference. Right? Today is, right? Just a year ago today he got hired. So I guess
27th.
Oh, okay. What is today?
Yesterday.
Okay. Well,
year ago yesterday.
Okay. Well, a year and a day. So
you've been here 66 days.
Yeah, you've been here a day. 366 days. Yeah.
5 wins.
So, it'd be
5 wins, man. That's what I'm looking forward to today when there's more wins than that. That's all I don't care who do it. Chuck Foreman can show up and he winning, we gonna celebrate.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. Austin Orman, the fighting Ormans.
Yeah.
Take it over, bro.
All right, we're out of here,
get
man.
us 7 wins, Orman. Get us 7 wins.
You got it, coach. Let's do it.
We're out of here. Amon Green's up next. We'll be back tomorrow. Peace.
Constructors Inc., a Nebco company, is now hiring heavy equipment mechanics to maintain fleet equipment and vehicle operations. Constructors offers mechanics a competitive salary, 4-day work weeks with overtime options, a $5,000 hiring bonus, a tool allowance, and great benefits. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. Apply today for their mechanic positions. Visit constructorslincoln.com. If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks